So, tá sin am dul raig gdí an céad píosa go ella, leaders' questions. I call on Deputy Dara Calleary.
Thank you, Clancorder. Tánaiste, for a number of years now, we in Fianna Fáil and Deputy Michael McGrath in particular have been highlighting debating the burden of ever-soaring insurance costs. Deputy McGrath in particular has raised the issue in the House here, but also with the Competition and Consumer Protection Authority and with the European Commission. We are all, as deputies, aware in the House of the burden of soaring insurance costs on businesses and on people generally. Many have seen insurance costs rise between 40% and 60% over the last number of years. And there is considerable evidence in recent months, Tánaiste, of business closures as a consequence of excessive insurance rises. And for young drivers in particular, there are many examples of people being unable to afford the premiums being charged to them, thereby discommoding their daily lives. Despite the pressure, there has been very little government action to deal with this issue. You say you are committed, you have published bucket loads of reports, but Tánaiste, you have absolutely failed to stop insurance price hikes for businesses and for consumers around the country. It's not just Fianna Fáil that are saying this. The National Competitiveness Council figures show that Irish insurance price inflation is significantly above that of the Eurozone average, thereby adding to competitiveness burden faced by business and the burden in people's daily lives. A key factor in this burden, Tánaiste, is the lack of competition in the Irish market. And this morning we have learned from David Murphy in RTE that the European Commission have acted and have now launched a preliminary investigation as to whether or not foreign companies are being barred from entering the Irish market. David Murphy's report quotes the experience of Zenith, a company that pulled out of the Irish market in 2016, who say the lack of engagement with us by Irish industry bodies, which we believe creates a market disadvantage for us and our partners. Less competition, Tánaiste, means higher prices for Irish insurance consumers. Higher insurance premiums are costing jobs. Higher insurance premiums, Tánaiste, are hurting people across the country. Tánaiste, firstly, can you confirm that this preliminary investigation is underway, and how far has it progressed? Secondly, do you, as Tánaiste, agree with me that insurance costs are too high in Ireland? And what are you actually doing as a government to encourage more companies to enter the Irish market? And finally, Tánaiste, the insurance industry body in Ireland, Insurance Ireland, promotes access to a service called Integrated Information Data Service to its members and prospective members. This service is a shared members database that, by arrangement with the Department of Transport, allows its users to confirm the accuracy of penalty point information. Can you confirm, Tánaiste, that all insurance companies and all prospective insurance companies have access to that Department of Transport information, regardless of whether they are members of Insurance Ireland or not? I appreciate, Tánaiste, that you can't comment because they are independent investigations, and that's precisely one of the issues. They are independent of government. It took two outside agencies of government to actually intervene to do something here. You've talked about reports, but meanwhile businesses and consumers are facing hugely excessive increases. And again, the figures show that in relation to our EU competitors, our insurance costs are considerably above the EU average. Once again, another burden on costs of doing business here in Ireland. Tánaiste, high insurance costs are hurting jobs, they're hurting businesses, and they're hurting families. And what we need is action. So can you confirm when the action points in the report on the cost of employer liability and public liability insurance will be completed? Secondly, when will you complete all of the recommendations in the report on the cost of motor insurance? And Tánaiste, will you actually do something to address the burden being faced by insurance holders across the country instead of talking about it?
Thank you, Deputy. Tánaiste.